Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Godrej Consumer Products Limited, I would like to welcome you to the 14th Annual General Meeting of our company. I am informed that the requisite quorum is present, and so I call the meeting to order. The notice dated June 20th, 2014, convening this Annual General Meeting, along with the annual report for the financial year 2013-14 has already been circulated to the members of the company. With your permission, I shall take the notice of the meeting as read. Is that all right? Thank you. The auditor's report on the financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2014 does not have any qualifications, observations or comments on financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company. Accordingly, the auditor's report is not required to be read out before the meeting as provided in the Companies Act 2013. So, with your permission, I will continue with the proceedings of this meeting. (2014) has been widely viewed as a landmark year for India. This is so even as economic policies across the globe grapple with what has been a rather unprecedented last couple of years of turmoil and uncertainty. Against this backdrop and the many redefining conversations on political identity, human rights, environmental concerns, technological progress, and corporate responsibility, India is entering a hugely transformational phase in her growth trajectory. There is much hope riding on our new central government with a majority in Parliament and the promise of a focused growth agenda. It could not have come at a more opportune moment. The future of our great nation holds tremendous potential. A recent PricewaterhouseCoopers estimate reports India being all set to become the third largest economy in the world by 2030. To put this in perspective, in 2013, India was pegged as the 10th largest economy. The rapid rise of the Indian economy with its young workforce is tipped to be the big driver of this growth. Of course, this is in total GDP terms. In GDP by purchasing power parity, we are already the third largest economy in the world. We have our work cut out for us, and there are ambidextrous demands of balancing immediate concerns with a longer-term focus. Economic reforms will certainly be a priority, and it is anticipated that efforts will be directed towards building a sustainable platform for growth. The implementation of reforms like the goods and services tax at the earliest will be critical to fast-track growth for India. Another pressing issue is improving the ease of doing business in India, which requires a significant overhaul. At the same time, we must seriously commit to larger socio-economic issues. Take poverty, for example. Today, we are home to 1 in every 3 of the world's poorest people. To add to this, income inequality is on the rise. While we pin our hopes on a young workforce, we need to make education and skilling and training a focus. There is huge scope to leverage technology when we have an internet user base of over 200 million, the world's third largest. Investing in infrastructure, sanitation, health and safety is imperative for the inclusive growth of the India of tomorrow. I firmly believe that the fundamentals of the Indian economy remain strong. As corporate India, we must reassess the role that we will play in equipping our country to achieve her true potential. We are fortunate to be at a turning point in India's story and, more importantly, to have the opportunity to craft its trajectory. At Godrej Consumer Products, we believe that uncertainty can offer significant opportunity to propel forward. Our success today is the result of us becoming much more agile as a company. Over the last couple of years, we have been leveraging our understanding of consumer needs to become more innovative in our product offerings and processes, strengthening our leadership positions in the categories that we are present in and growing ahead of the market. We continue to make the right investments for the longer term, while managing our business prudently in the short term. Our operational excellence has held us in good stead, as has the great agility and resilience demonstrated by our teams in what has been a turbulent market environment. There are tremendous growth opportunities for us in India. We have served generations of consumers with world-class quality, reliable and affordable products. This is exactly what India's rapidly emerging middle class is looking for. We see our focus on delighting these consumers as a significant competitive advantage both now and in the future. What makes it more interesting is that this trend is not unique to India alone. There are a lot of other emerging markets with some similar consumer demographics as India. In fact, close to 80% of the world's population now lives and works in these countries. As incomes and aspirations rise, consumers in emerging markets will seek new and exciting products. New categories will therefore emerge. A large section of the population will also finally be able to afford branded consumer goods and will be looking for similar superior quality products at accessible price points. New distribution channels, too, will improve availability and enhance the buying experience. This rise of the middle class in emerging markets could arguably be one of the most defining trends in the coming decades. Our 3x3 strategy to become an emerging markets FMCG leader is centered on this premise. We are focused on 3 business categories: personal care, hair care and home care, in 3 geographies: Asia, Africa and Latin America. Close to 47% of our revenues now come from our international businesses, as compared to 15% in 2009-10. This is one of the most significant changes for us as a company. Today, over 2/3 of our team members are based outside India, and our products are available in more than 60 countries across the world. Over the last few years, we have been building a strong platform for sustainable growth. At the same time, we also have a tremendous track record of value creation. In fact, over the last 10 years, we have achieved 15 times sales growth at a compounded annual growth of 32% and 12 times profit growth, with profit after taxes growth at a compounded annual growth of 28%. The market has also rewarded us well for our strong performance, with a 21 times appreciation in share price, delivering a compounded annual growth of 36% since 2004. This places GCPL among the best performing FMCG stocks during this period. The year gone by has undoubtedly been a challenging one for the FMCG industry, with growth slowing down across the home and personal care categories. We have, however, managed to navigate our way through this uncertainty and deliver a strong performance. I am pleased to share with you that GCPL has outperformed the sector and strengthened share across the categories that we participate in. Sales for our consolidated business this year stood at 7,583 crore rupees, which was higher by 18% than the previous year. Our Indian business grew by 14% and international business by 24%. Net profit for the year was 760 crore rupees. The earnings per share for the year was 22.32 rupees. The total dividend paid amounts to 525%, that is rupees 5.25 per share. Our biggest priority going ahead will be to sustain this profitable growth trajectory while strengthening our company to continue winning in the future. We have recently articulated the GCPL blueprint for growth. This will define our focus and approach over the coming years. We have 7 key elements in our playbook. 1. Extending leadership in our core categories in India. We believe there is considerable opportunity to leverage demand and increase consumption and penetration in our current categories of personal wash, hair care and home care. Today, we are one of the largest household and personal care companies in India. We are leaders in hair color, household insecticides and liquid detergents, the #2 player in toilet soaps, and a fast-growing new entrant in air care. Our focus is to continue to be innovation leaders and drive this to full potential. We see a lot of growth potential from driving penetration and increasing consumption in our core categories, as well as extending into attractive adjacencies. For example, we have forayed into shower gels under the Synthol platform and air fresheners in home care under a new brand, Godrej Air. Within insecticides, we are expanding our focus from protection against mosquitoes to dealing with other pests, such as cockroaches. We are also particularly interested in the potential that lies at the bottom of the pyramid in India. Most companies develop products for urban consumers and then adapt them for rural consumers. However, we believe that there is tremendous benefit in creating solutions specifically for these consumers. A great example of how we are doing this is Goodnight Fast Card, our disruptive new innovation of a paper-based mosquito repellent, which is available at just ₹1 and does not require electricity, is changing the way that we contribute not just to household insecticides as a category, but the larger issue of malaria and dengue that rural India battles with. We continue to expand our international footprint in line with our 3x3 strategy. We want to drive in these categories where we are leaders and have a competitive advantage by providing our consumers with superior quality products at affordable prices. This approach helps us capitalize on the potential of the emerging middle class in India and other emerging markets where we are present. This is how we plan to capitalize on our international growth potential. We are the #1 player in air fresheners and wet tissues in Indonesia and hair color across various countries in Africa and Latin America. We are also leaders in hair extensions in Africa and the #2 player in household insecticides in Indonesia. We have made good progress on the next phase of the integration of the Darling business, which has enabled us to take our presence in Africa to the next stage. We are now strengthening and building processes and talent infrastructure for sustainable growth. Our UK business continues to outperform. Our Indonesia and Latin America businesses too have performed well despite market challenges. What sets us apart from traditional multinational corporations is our unique operating model. We follow a multi-local model centered on values-based partnering and operational autonomy at the local level. Over the last few years, we have successfully integrated our acquisitions. Our focus is now on defining the future roadmap to drive these businesses to full potential. We have acquired strong local brands and are working with the country teams to accelerate the growth momentum. We sustain the entrepreneurial spirit that has made these companies successful while providing them with the benefits of strong processes and scale that GCPL brings. As part of these efforts, we have reorganized our international businesses into 3 key clusters: Africa, Latin America and Europe, and the rest of Asia. The cluster heads, who are all seasoned Godrej leaders, are now part of the GCPL leadership team and therefore more closely involved in the overall business. This new structure allows us to drive greater agility, increase cross-pollination, and enhance collaboration across these clusters and our India business. In our endeavor to synergize operations and products across geographies, we are also making a conscious effort to cross-pollinate products. This has translated into well-received launches in newly entered market segments. For instance, we have learnt a lot about air fresheners with our Indonesian acquisition and enhanced the products to suit Indian needs. In hair color, we brought in the creme in a sachet technology from our Argentina business, but reformulated the product and changed the packaging to launch the first hair creme in a sachet in India at a disruptive price point of ₹30. The idea of a paper-based mosquito repellent, Goodnight Fast Card, came from our Indonesian business. We leveraged the idea but substantially modified the product for the Indian market. Our cross-pollination relies on leveraging knowledge and technology, but it is not a copy and paste model, replicating products from one country to another. We tailor our products for the local consumer, and this has held us in very good stead. Excuse me. Accelerating innovation and renovation. Innovation has been a lead strategic growth driver for us. Over the last few years, we have re-architected our approach to innovation. We are accelerating our innovation pipeline, have set up a global innovation council, and are sharing learning across geographies to create more exciting products. Our innovations address both the bottom of the pyramid as well as provide premium benefits to our mass consumers. This is really helping us accelerate our revenue growth. We are doing a lot more experimentation and prototyping and employing design-driven thinking to come up with bigger, better, and faster innovations. We have cross-functional teams who come together to work on different innovation projects. To support our innovation efforts, we have significantly increased our R&D spend and are building a new state-of-the-art R&D center at our headquarters in Mumbai. Distinctive and delightful design is a big differentiator for us, and we have set up a design center to lead these efforts. Over the last 18 months, we have launched 12 new products in India, including air fresheners, creme hair color in a sachet, anti-road gel, paper-based mosquito repellent, shower gel, the most powerful liquid vaporizer in the household insecticides category, and more recently, a delightful range of hand washes, hand sanitizers, and personal repellents. We have also launched a number of new products across our international businesses. All our innovations are doing well and are providing us with incremental growth. Today, almost 40% of our incremental growth is being driven by new launches. We have a very strong pipeline in place for the next 3 years. Fourth, building a future-ready sales system. We have done a lot of intensive on-the-ground work to enhance our go-to-market approach and deepen our distribution, both in rural and urban markets. As part of our efforts, we are adding outlets and villages to our current reach. Today, we cover around 50,000 villages directly. In the last 12 months, we have added close to 10,000 villages. Our team is also working on improving productivity to increase the range of products sold. We have intensified our training efforts, deployed handheld terminals, and are using business intelligence applications for better analytics to support sharper decision making. Over the last 6 months, we have equipped 2,000 sales representatives with handheld terminals. We have also added over 300 direct sales representatives to aid our distribution expansion. Part of our strategy focuses on increasing throughput through state-specific market actions, better visibility, and demand stimulation initiatives. As a result of our efforts, rural, which currently accounts for 28% of our India sales, has been outpacing our urban growth. Through better segmentation of sellers and more feet on the street, we have significantly expanded the number of outlets we cover in urban. We have also been focusing our attention on growing specialist channels like chemists and cosmetics. Fifth, making our supply chain best in class. As we increase our global presence, having best-in-class global supply chain will be a priority for us. We've established world-class practices and centers of excellence. We're also working with our different international businesses to strengthen and enhance their supply chain processes. One of the major projects that we have run over the last couple of years involves deploying an ERP platform across our different businesses. We have set up a cutting-edge demand-driven supply chain across our business, which has made us more responsive to fluctuations in consumer demand. We will continue to work on enhancing the agility of our supply chain and establishing new benchmarks in product availability. Our efforts towards improving production efficiency through relentless capacity debottlenecking projects are showing strong results. Not only have we managed to increase production capacity and reduce conversion costs, but we are also making our overall system more green by lowering specific energy consumption. Being cost efficient is a key focus for us. Our team is engaged in exploring opportunities for strategic sourcing These initiatives have significantly benefited our bottom line, and we will continue to look for opportunities to leverage this further. 6. Building an agile and high-performance culture. We take pride in being an inspiring place to work and are committed to building an agile and high-performance culture globally. Our values of trust, integrity, and respect for others have always been an integral, defining part of our business. At the same time, our exciting and ambitious growth plans allow us to offer unparalleled career opportunities relatively early on. Our employee brand is built on the core philosophy of tough love. We expect a lot from our team members, differentiate on the basis of performance and potential through career opportunities and rewards, and lay particular emphasis on developing, mentoring, and training. We firmly believe that passionate, rounded individuals with diverse interests make for better Godrejites. We understand that our team members play multifaceted roles, both at home and at the workplace. This is why we encourage them not just to explore their whole selves, but also create an enabling space for them to do so. GCPL was ranked as the #1 FMCG company to work for in India by the Great Place to Work Institute this year. We are featured in the list of best companies to work for 10 years in a row, which is a great achievement. We also ranked among Aon Hewitt's top 17 best employers in India and are one of the only 2 FMCG companies mentioned. 7. Reinforcing our commitment to Godrej Good and Green. With the implementation of the New Companies Act, India is the only country in the world with legislated corporate social responsibility, CSR in short. The new mandate requires us to spend 2% of our average annual profit on CSR activities. This is a very important move. It offers us a great chance to understand how we can best commit to driving the social progress of the communities that our businesses operate in. The Godrej Group has always actively championed social responsibility. Like many global companies, we are furthering our commitment through shared value initiatives that create both social and business benefits. We have crafted a vision for playing our part in creating a more inclusive and greener India called Godrej Good and Green. As part of Good and Green, by 2020, we will aspire to train 1 million rural and urban youth in skilled employment, create a greener India, and innovate for good and green products. GCPL plays a key role in Good and Green. Employability is very high on our agenda. We have introduced different programs to support our efforts. These are showing good results. Godrej Saloni trains young women in beauty and hair care. Godrej Vijay trains rural youth in channel sales. And Godrej Sakhi helps rural women to become entrepreneurs. To manage scale, we have built infrastructure to measure impact, enhance partner and program capabilities, and invested in technology solutions. Our employability portal now enables our partners to share critical program and beneficiary information with us. We are committed to environmental sustainability in our operations. We have implemented several initiatives to reduce specific energy and water consumption across all our manufacturing locations. We have also set targets for improvement on environmental aspects for the near term, including energy and water consumption and greenhouse gas emissions, and monitor them on a regular basis to ensure progress. Our new green software too helps us map, understand, and analyze our environmental footprint from raw materials to finished goods across all factories. Brighter Giving, our employee volunteering initiative, encourages Godrejites to commit time to work with our different NGO partners. The response has been very encouraging, and we are looking forward to scaling up this program. Today, we announce the results of our performance in the first quarter of fiscal year 2014-15. Consolidated net sales increased by 12%, and we recorded a healthy profit before tax growth of 21%. Net profit without exceptionals grew by 3%. The board has declared a dividend of 1 rupee per share. This was a challenging quarter for the India business, given the continued slowdown in the home and personal care sector. The India branded business grew by 7%. Our international business recorded a strong 17% growth. We feel optimistic that the worst is over. We are beginning to see improved consumer sentiment on the ground and are hopeful that this will start translating into better consumer demand in the quarters ahead. Our success can be attributed to a relentless focus on our strategy, execution excellence, exciting innovations to delight our consumers, and an agile and high-performing team. This in turn allows us to generate strong value for all our stakeholders. I am confident that with our clear strategic focus, superior execution and top-notch team, we will continue to deliver industry-leading results in the future. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the many contributions, dedication and commitment of all our team members, which makes GCPL so successful. My deep appreciation to all our business partners, vendors and other business associates for all their contributions. To the various central and state government authorities, many thanks for all the support that they continue to extend. Finally, I thank all our stakeholders for their wholehearted interest, faith and encouragement through the years and look forward to their continued support.